Hi, I'm Dave Baker, and I'll talk with you about some comic books that I read this week. All new X-Men, Secret Wars, Star Wars, The Humans, Nonplayer, and Revenger. First up this week, all new X-Men 41. This issue sees the resolution to the X-Men from the 60s having been time displaced into the current Marvel era. It's basically them deciding that they're going to run their own team now. They have been fighting these new Utopians, which are a group of mutants led by Boom Boom and a couple other D-list mutants that you probably don't care about or passionately care about, depending on who you are, because Boom Boom and Face and all those guys seem to really connect with people for some strange reason. They've been living on Utopia. The all-new X-Men are enlisted by Maria Hill to go there and stop them because they're rabble-rousing and doing bad things. They're not doing anything. So the all-new X-Men get there, they start fighting, and they're like, wait, we like you guys. You want to join our team? Which is kind of a little sweet end to the arc. I enjoy the fact that conflict resolution is just like, you want to have some pizza? It was cool. The book's great. If you've been reading it the whole time, I'm sure you liked it too. If not, you could probably pass on this issue. Just because, not that it's inferior quality, but it's the end of the arc. It's the resolution and nothing crazy happens. It's just like, hey guys, we're gonna all live in the, former Weapon X facility in Canada. It's gonna be cool. I enjoyed it, but unless you've been reading the whole run, you can probably pass on it. All new X-Men 41. Next up this week, Star Wars, number 6, written by Jason Aaron, illustrated by John Cassaday. This book is really great. I love it. It's basically all a fight scene where a blinded Luke Skywalker fights Boba Fett in Obi-Wan's old apartment that's been kind of torn apart, and Luke finds a journal that Obi-Wan had, which presumably he will learn how to be a Jedi from, which I thought was a really interesting thing that they don't touch on in the original movies. How does he become a Jedi? Brrr. He doesn't have anyone to teach him. Cool. It's really cool. This issue also has a big twist at the end, where everyone on the internet is losing their mind about a certain character. I don't care. I'm not going to spoil it because I wouldn't want it spoiled for me. It's fine. I don't think it's going to mean anything in terms of hard continuity. No one in the movies is going to talk about this. I guarantee you. Whatever. I wouldn't buy it for that. I would buy it for the actual story and the, fight scene, which was extremely well done by John Cassaday. I would say pick it up. It's super fun, and you get to find out what everyone's talking about on the internet. Star Wars number 6. Next up this week, Humans number 5, written by Keenan Marshall Kellen, drawn by Tom Neely. This book is awesome. It's basically like if there was a 1970s movie like Planet of the Apes that was a crime movie about gangs in Bakersfield, California. So, talking apes and drug running and prostitution and Vietnam War and what you would think out of that. It's awesome. This book specifically sees the humans, the titular ape gang, shepherding a semi-truck full of drugs from one location to another, and they're attacked on the highway by another gang of rabid monkeys who happen to have a minivan with a machine gun in the back. It's awesome. The book is super great, and the best part is that it's an adult-oriented book. When you show the book to someone, they're like, I don't know, talking monkeys, isn't it for little kids? No, it's an adult book. It's absolutely wonderful. You should go pick up The Humans number 5. You won't regret it. It's basically standalone. Next up this week, Nate Simpson's Nonplayer number 2. That's right, Nonplayer is actually out. The book came out literally 4 years ago, and now the second issue is out. So that's cool. I'm excited about it. I hope that the next issue comes out not 4 years from now. The book's great. It's about a video game that is being investigated for potentially having AI as its non-players, because that would be against federal regulations. The game's kind of like WoW or League of Legends, and the issue specifically centers around a cop and this business tycoon who kind of runs the company like a Steve Jobs style guy, and then a hard-nosed policeman who's in the trenches fighting robots because they're kind of going haywire and there's a weird conspiracy going on. It's really, really great. I don't remember anything that happened in Nonplayer 1. I remember it vaguely had something to do with a video game, and there was really great fantasy artwork. But that was 4 years ago. This issue basically stands by itself. You can read it and not have to know what happened previously. I highly recommend it, especially just because of Nate Simpson's art is amazing. The dude draws the shit out of this book. So, Nonplayer number 2, please go pick it up. Next up this week, Revenger number 1 by Charles Forsman. The book's fucking awesome. It's like Death Wish if instead of Charles Bronson, you had Grace Jones. It's super, super fun. Basically, the plot is that she's this kind of vigilante for hire. People contact her through a payphone, 1-800-REVENGE, and she will come help you with whatever your problem is, which usually involves a lot of punching and kicking and hurting bad people. It's really, really great. Chuck Forsman's art is super fun. It's kind of simplified. He leaves a lot of air, a lot of space in the pages, but then knows when to cram a ton of panels into pages. He does it. His pacing is really, really nice. I really love the book, and since it's an indie book, it really needs your help. So whenever you go into your next local comic book store shopping spree, you should definitely ask them to carry Revenger #1. Finally this week, we have Secret Wars #3, written by Jonathan Hickman, drawn by Asad Ribic. This book is the universe-ending mega crossover event from Marvel, where nothing will ever be the same. Usually I'm not into those things, but this book is really, really great, and I'm actually really enjoying it. This issue specifically sees a life raft spaceship thingy from the 610-616 universe timeline showing up in Battleworld, and a bunch of the old characters getting off and being like, what? Doom is a god? What's happening? Oh my god, Stephen Strange, why are you helping him? What's going on? Oh my god, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, we're all here, what's going on? This is crazy, because it is crazy, because it's awesome. I highly recommend it. It looks super fun. It's what a big crossover event should be, as opposed to things like Secret Invasion, which are not good. This book's great. Secret Wars #3. I'm Dave Baker. Those are the comic books that I read this week. If you'd like to read comic books that I write, you can find them at theactionhospital.com. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel, that'd be fucking awesome, and I'd probably be your new best friend.